Good. Composting toilet update. Right now, so our compost material we're getting from our friends at Constellation Coffee. For the time being, we're trying to collect as much as we can from them before we go. We're using primarily, they say to use coffee hulls. I still don't quite know what the hell they're talking about with that. But these are just standard coffee grounds, and we're drying them out right now, which isn't actually taking as long as I thought it would. And we have the unbleached filters in here, as well as there are tea bags and different. There's a couple teas, but this is our primary compost material that we're using, that we put down. And you know, from the last video, if you remember, we were using just a standard bucket, and we tested it out for the first time last night. Sadie did, with a pee and a little poop, and we walked, and she actually very boldly left the lid completely off and open in the sweltering heat, and we walked in this morning, and I was a little bit skeptical, I will say, but we walked in and nothing. It smells fantastic. Might even smell better than the camper did before. We've come a long way. I don't know if you wanna. We've come a long way. We have our bed in, our sheeting. We have our flashing for a backsplash. We put our blinds in, got our screens, got our aluminum camp table, changed the handles out on the doors. We got our sink back in, and you know, just we're running on all solar right now. If you want to see here, we have two 100 amp hour gel type 12 volt batteries that weigh about 75-80 pounds each, and we have that connected into our solar charge controller, our max air vent fan, and the solar we have 3 100 watt solar panels up top, and they are running and charging the 2 batteries, which are at full capacity right now. The charge controller is really simple. We could probably get a better, more specific video of this later.
Fridge.
But that's all working. Oh yeah, we installed the fridge. That's all ready. But here's the compost toilet. We have a really good sized bathroom for it actually originally not being a bathroom, or I guess it was originally a bathroom. But we insulated the bucket area because you want to keep it as warm as possible for to catalyze the reactions and the compost. You want to make sure that you balance, and so we're using this black lid which collects heat as well. But we're using this. What do I want to say? You want to make sure that your carbons and nitrogens are balanced in your compost. And right now we put a little Sadie put a little coffee ground down, and then she did her business and put it on top, and fantastic, just smells like coffee. So that's great.
And then you put another layer down on top of your pee-pees and poo-poos.
Yeah, right. Yeah, once you pee-pee poo-poo,
we have storage on the side.
Yeah, well, this is for our compost material, for our coffee grounds and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a nice little setup.
And their compost bags are cheap. We don't have a bag in because...
Well, that's what we're typically going to do, I guess. Yeah, is use compost bags.
And there's composting toilet paper. Most RV toilet paper, I think, is...
How was the wooden seat, Sadie? I know that
it was good.
Yeah, it feels nice. You know what? Maybe I'll go right now.
Oh my god.
Alright.
You should try it though. It's great.
Yeah, I will.
And then that's all of our crap to get rid of from the studio.
Yeah. Yeah, lots
ridiculous.
of stuff still to sell, downsizing.
Do you want to hop up and show the solar panels?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have our internet hooked up too.
Oh yeah, we have our internet running. Our modem is in here.
This is our closet. Table. That's our modem.
Which is running, the Ethernet cable runs along here under our bed, up through that, up through the corrugated tin of our bedroom liner, and then up, right about up there on the roof into
and
the
we
base.
installed puck lights because they are battery operated LED lights.
So that just saves us. We're really like.
And a carbon monoxide thing.
We're pretty confident.
Which detects fire.
That with the
but the blinds, like, you can put them down easily.
Maybe the blinds just need to loosen up.
Yeah, we need to figure out the blind situation. But we're still in the suburbs.
So we have, with the puck lights and everything like that, we're pretty confident that
we just have to install our floor. And we got a foldable table. So yeah, let's check out the solar.
Alright, here, I'll get the... here, our internet. So we have a, setup we have is we have a Wi-Fi Ranger Sky. Usually when you get it, it says, Sky, and then it says Wi-Fi Ranger at the bottom, but, I put it on and, tarred, once I sealed it up, I tarred a little bit around the base, and so some of the tar came up, which is, you know, fine, whatever. This is up here is 3 coats of new aluminum roof coating by Blackjack. There's our Max Air open and going. That's the fridge vent that came with it. But the Wi-Fi Ranger Sky comes like that, and it's supposed to you're supposed to have, I guess, a shroud around it. Well, you're not necessarily, you don't need to have one. There's another thing that they say you need to have. It's like a weather boot. It's like a sealant thing that you put under it. But if you seal around it well enough, I used some ProFlex RV sealant, which is great. And I also put some butyl tape down where the hole is, in the dead center of it. So it's as long as you seal it well enough, you don't necessarily need the shroud. The shroud does protect it from other things, like if you or tree branches or something like that. If you're low-hanging tree branches, but I don't know. That might be something that we do later. But a shroud is $180 or something like that, and we don't really have the money for that with all the other expenses that we have. We're catching a lot of solar over there. The panels are a little dusty, so I'm gonna have to get up there and give them a quick wipe down, because you want to keep those as clear as possible, clear and clean as possible. But those are the panels there. It was a little bit tough. You need 18 inches of clearance from the max fan, and I think we have about 16 between it and the panels, but I figured that it can't possibly matter that much. Right. Oh yeah, the panels for the size we're dealing with this camper, it's fantastic. We can power. I vacuumed in here. I've ran a jigsaw off of our solar, the fridge, the Max Air vent fan. We've had it all going, and we haven't even touched our limits. So we are in good shape. And the way that we ended up wiring it, kind of screwed up our ability to plug in to campgrounds. But and I was originally worried about that. We still might try and fix it a little bit, but really not not going to be as much of a problem as we once thought. Our tie downs for the truck, we were able to figure out. I bought some steel. It was really hard to find steel in Pittsburgh, which is really ironic, but it was. I found a place called Forest Steel, and I got some 2-inch by 2-inch steel tubing, and I put obviously some eye bolts, and I had to brace because my gas tank on my 99 Dodge was so low. We had to put some spacers, and I foresee having to replace those spacers at some point just because they're wood, but I did paint them and polyurethane them so that they were a little bit protected from warping for at least a little bit of time. But these are we're gonna connect. Once we slide in, we'll connect with the chains and turnbuckles. Standard belly bar hug system for our tie downs. And then this is one of the ways we're gonna sustain ourselves, making custom kimonos for people on the road. No, we're not actually going to be doing the custom kimono.
The turnbuckles.
Yeah, here are the chains and turnbuckles. Generally they look more like that. Yeah, our old ass jacks. What's that?
We have it jacked all the way down.
Yeah, right now we put some boards under it, and not the cooler. The Coleman coolers are nice, but they're not that strong. We have some boards under it, and we have the jacks nice and low.
All the screens are original.
So we can keep the pressure off the truck and use the truck. Yeah, we tried to keep as much original as possible, but that was kind of hard to do in a lot of cases. We did keep the original emblem, which is missing a W. But what we did in the while we wired, we reconnected our DC. And in doing that, we actually wired on a switch so that this middle light, this middle outdoor light, actually lights up now, which is awesome. Really nice touch. I'm really excited about that, even though it's functionally near useless. Anything else? All right. You want to? I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay.